What is up, YouTube? It is the Ville Outdoors here. Today is December 10th of 2024. I am here around Northampton, Pennsylvania, and we have this stream in front of us that we're going to be doing some trout fishing at, particularly for wild brown trout, and we're going to hope for some quality over quantity fish. So I don't usually catch too many wild brown trout when I attempt wild brown trout fishing anyway, but we're going to hope that if we stumble across any today, that they're going to be of the bigger size. Maybe we'll get lucky and pull out my first 20-incher wild brown, but we'll see about that. So I have my lights set up with me today. This is the Ugly Stik Elite 6 foot. On here I have a Shimano Sedona 2500 HG. This is Leland's S.O.S trout line. This is 2-pound monofilament, so ultralight stuff. We're gonna have to play the drag right if we land one of the big ones. And then this lure right here, this is a Rapala ultralight Minnow 06. Now if you remember back to the other video I shot up this way recently in October, I found this lure in a tree, and this is the same one. I tied it on to fish at this creek here. The wild browns tend to like the little jerk baits up this way, at least from what I've seen. So that's what we're going to be tossing around to start the morning. If I end up losing this one, I do have a couple others we can try, but they aren't this same exact one. So we're just going to be twitching and mixing in a steady retrieve around these deeper pools and current runs here, see if there's any juicy brown trout hiding for us. We have overcast conditions pretty much all day. It was super foggy this morning. Now the fog has lifted up a little bit, but it should stay gray like this the whole day. So that might increase the bite window and allow us to get on some more fish. It's about 8:15 in the morning, so we have a good majority of the day to fish, so let's see what we can do. All right, we have our first pocket in front of us. I'm gonna fish down a little bit before I start fishing up. See if there's anything over there. I either got hit there or I got snagged. I'm gonna say I got snagged. I think I just had a fish give me a look on that cast. My lure was messed up for the first part of it, but I've been casting in some pretty textbook looking trout spots, but no action as of yet. Still not 100% certain whether I even saw a fish or if that was just a figure of my imagination. Definitely got good depth, good flow. Visibility isn't terrible. We got overcast conditions. It should be perfect for landing some nice trout, but no action yet. I got a feeling we're gonna get into a good one today though. Got a feeling. Last episode, the brown trout I caught were only a few inches long. The ones we're after today should be quite a bit bigger if we can find them. Fish on, guys, fish on. Get them in the net. There we go. First one of the day. On the jerkbait. I knew this hole looked fishy. We're gonna wet our hands and then we're gonna handle this guy because he's got some sharp hooks in his mouth right now. All right, guys, fish number one is gonna go back in the water here. Let's get him recovered. There he goes, off to swim another day. I was just casting upstream here Just working the jerkbait down through this current run here. The fish smacked it right in there. Whew. Let's see if we can get another one. That happened fairly quickly. Now, something the common angler might not know about these wild brown trout is they're not actually supposed to be here. Wild brown trout are endemic to most of Europe, parts of Western Asia, and even parts of North Africa. They were introduced to the United States for fishing and as a food source. So technically, they should be coined as an invasive species because they do not belong here, and they compete and sometimes outcompete for native species and their native food sources. But since we love trout fishing and wild trout and their pretty colors, we don't coin them as invasive species. We just give them the term wild trout to make us feel better about ourselves, because we don't want to call them invasives, because then you put them in the same group as snakeheads and other species that are deemed as like these apex predators that destroy ecosystems. So yeah, next time you're out fishing for wild brown trout here in the United States, you are fishing for an invasive species. I just had a fish swirl on the jerkbait here. He didn't get a hold of it, so I'm gonna see if he'll come back for it. I just need to make sure my cast is in that same spot. That should be good. Dang. Oh. Just had a big fish follow that in. Whew, kind of got my heart racing there. Fish on, fish on. Oh, he's a jumper. That's a nice one. Look at him jump. Please stay on, please stay on. In the net. Yes. Look at that, guys. Beautiful fish. All right. That's what we came here for. Let's let some line out. Let a hands and handle this guy. Look at that beauty. Hooks him right through the nose. Alright, let's take a shot, release him. Alright guys, trout number 2 is going to go back in the water. There he goes. Beautiful fish. Came right out from under that tree over there. Awesome. All right, now that fish was good, but I don't think it was the same one that was chasing us the first time around. I think that one was a little bit smaller than the one that was chasing us. I don't know. My jerkbait is in a tree over there. I have another jerkbait. I don't want to spoil that spot. It's just the jerkbait that caught the fish is going to go missing. I think the fish will still bite on the other jerkbait, so I don't think it's too much of a problem. But I'd much rather lose the lure that I found in a tree then lose a chance of catching the fish that are still over there. So I'm going to snap this off and retie. Alright, we're re-rigged up with this little Rapala X-Wrap in yellow perch color. This is what the 3 fish from the other creek near the Lehigh Valley that we fished back in October, this is what they bit on. I'm going to lose a little bit of casting distance, but I should still get bites just the same. It's going to be a lot warmer today than our last video when I was fishing more locally. It's going to be... Oh, I just snagged my other line. There we go. It's going to be about 51 degrees is the high versus 30 something it was the last time we went fishing. This spot's looking pretty fishy. Trying to cast as close as I can to the structure without losing another jerkbait, because I don't have an infinite supply of jerkbaits, unfortunately. If this one doesn't work, I'll switch back to the slightly larger profile. This one's about an inch shorter than that last jerkbait we were using. Alright, this is low flow in here, but it looks pretty fishy, so let's see. We're just making terrible casts, aren't we? Also looks highly snaggy, might I add. It's probably fish in this hole, but I don't know how to get down to him. Try something like this. I just had a big swipe in this hole. Let's see if I can get him to come back for it. Whew. That was a big swing and a miss. Past couple holes were just nothing, nothing, nothing. And to see that, I guess the blood pumping up a little bit. Oh, he's still here. He's still here. He just chased it down again. Dang, he keeps chasing it but doesn't bite. I wonder if he doesn't like the colors. This one's just plain light. Oh, he swirled on it again. Let's see if I change the colors if they'll bite. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I finally decided that I am done for the day. It is just about 1 p.m. now. By the time I walk back to my car, we'll have been here 5 hours, which I think is enough to say that we're not going to get another bite, unfortunately. I hopped a couple different spots, walked a majority stretch of the creek. There's another spot I could have hit up further, but from what I remember, it was more pressured, more highly accessible, which means more people are able to fish it and do fish it. So I just don't think that's going to provide us much luck either. Do I know that for sure? No, I don't. But I think our time might be wasted if we do that. I think it's better if we get on the road now and beat the rush for people getting off work later in the day. So yeah, I'm gonna head home now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. We ended up catching 2 wild brown trout on the Rapala ultralight jerkbait that shortly after I caught the second fish, I then casted into a root structure on the other side of the creek, and then we lost the lure. So who knows, maybe if that lure did not get snagged by myself, maybe we would have caught some more fish today. Maybe that was the secret, the Rapala ultralight. But the other jerkbaits we had with us did not get any love. So unfortunate way to end after starting off hot, but sometimes that's just how things go. So I'm not going to complain. I still caught 2 nice wild brown trout, and that's 2 more than I would have caught staying at home today. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors.